Hey everyone, Mr. Morris here again for your weekly dose of library. Again, this week we have Miss Lauren from Belmont Public Library with us. Last week she was so kind to teach us all how to use our Belmont Public Library cards, their website, and get logged into Hoopla. And we also did a quick tour on how to find some books. This week she's going to help us again with another Belmont Public Library resource called Libby. Okay, Miss Lauren, you all set?
Yep, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and download the Libby app so we can get started reading. The easiest way to do that, of course, is first with parents' permission. Go into the app store of your choice, or depending on your device, and go to the search bar. And we're just going to type in Libby, just like the girl's name. And you'll see that the first item that shows up is Libby by Overdrive. Overdrive and Libby are the same collection of stuff. There's two different apps for it. Libby's just a lot more user-friendly, so we're going to use that one. And we're going to tap on the little cloud here to download the app. If you've never downloaded before, it would say Get. It's a free app, so either way, it's good to go as long as you have parents' permission. So we're going to tap on the little cloud. It's going to download the app. And once it's downloaded, we're going to tap on where it says Open.
I like how quick that download was.
Yeah, we may have done this before. All right, so the first part is going to be, do you have a library card? So we're all going to say yes. And there are a couple of different ways to find the library since we know that we all live in Belmont, and so we're going to use the Belmont Public Library. Let's just go ahead and search for a library. So I'll tap on I'll search for a library. And we just type in our library's name here, Belmont Public. As I said in the Hoopla video, there's a bunch of different Belmonts, so just make sure that you're selecting the one that says it's from Belmont, Massachusetts, which happens to be the second one right there in the middle, where it says Minuteman Library Network. So tap on that box there. And next step is I'm going to enter my library account details because I already have a library card and I just want to type that information in. So it's going to ask first for the card number, which is that 14-digit number on the back of your card underneath the barcode, and then tap next. Now this part is going to ask for a password. You would have to have a password already set up through the My Account page. You can get to that from the Belmont Public Library website, where if you go to belmontpubliclibrary.net and then the top hand corner, right hand corner, it'll say My Account. If you tap on that, it'll give you options for if you forgot your password, if you need to create a password, or any other options. Especially if you've never created one, it'll let you do that at that point. I'm just going to go ahead and enter my password because I already have one set up, and it's pretty straightforward. So we're going to just tap Sign In. And it's thinking, and lo and behold, we're signed in and ready to check out stuff. So we're just going to tap on Next, and then it takes you right to the collection of items, and then we can start looking for some cool stuff to check out. Okay, so we got logged into our Libby account. So the first thing we want to do in order to find the stuff that's going to be most relevant and to your interests is going to be to look at the Preferences section, which is over here on the left-hand side. So one thing that's going to be really easy to sort of winnow stuff down and make sure we're only looking at things that would be good for you guys in terms of content and interest is going to be to change the audience setting. So you'll see it says audience and then it says all. So we're going to tap on where it says all and switch it to juvenile. And then you just want to tap on where it says apply preferences so it remembers what we just changed. So
I also noticed that here you can tell that it was saved because it's got a little 1 next to preferences. That's their one thing that they're looking for right now.
That's right. So one of the easiest ways to find something, of course, is to just search for a title. So why don't we go up to the top? We got our little magnifying glass, and we're going to search for, what do you think?
Let's do Magic Treehouse. I know it's already listed there, but can we let's just type it in too. Okay?
Yeah, so let's just type in.
Because then if we see as we type, with a bunch of stuff starts coming up, and Treehouse. Let's just do the top one because that says series.
Yeah, and if you see where it says series, it's going to pull up everything that's part of the Magic Treehouse series. And as you guys may or may not know, there's like 1.5 million books in the Magic Treehouse series.
Easily.
Okay, so we got a lot of stuff to look at here.
I noticed just looking at these different items, though, if I look at the picture, underneath the picture, it's got these little, it says audio, and it's got little headphones. So that's obviously an audiobook.
Correct, yeah. And then if it were a print book, if we were to go down to this one, Magic Treehouse books 1 through 4, no little headphones indicates that it's just a regular book that you would be able to read.
So can I go ahead and just select that one and start reading right away?
One of the things that's different for Hoopla versus Overdrive or Libby is there's only one user per item for the most part. There's some collections where that doesn't apply, but for the most part, that's how most things are. So you'll notice on a lot of the ones that we're looking at here, they say place hold next to the title of the book, or the picture of the book rather, which indicates that somebody else already has it checked out. Just same sort of concept as if there was a book in the library, a print book that you wanted, but it was already checked out by somebody else. It means that you can't read it because they have it. So you will see, let's see if we go, let's look for one in particular. How about this one, Magic Tricks from the Treehouse? What do you think?
Yeah, let's check that out as well. Or I'll at least look at it.
Okay, so it gives you a little description here. It tells you who the author is, all that sort of good stuff. And then what you'll also notice is if you were to look at where it says copies, kind of middle of the page on the left-hand side, it says 0 of 4 available. However, there are 0 holds on each copy. So that means that in all of Minuteman Network, there are 4 copies of this particular book. They're all checked out right now, but there's nobody else on hold for it. So if you were to place a hold, it probably means your wait time is going to be pretty short.
Well, I noticed right here on the right, it actually does say wait time is about 2 weeks. From my experience, it might say 2 weeks, but for me, it's usually been quite a bit less because once you're done with the book, you can return it and it goes to the next person in line. So even though it says 2 weeks, probably a lot less.
That's right.
So we could go ahead and place a hold on this, right? Mm-hmm. So how do we do that?
So if we go back up, right underneath the picture of the cover on the right-hand side, you'll see a little item where it says place hold. And we're just going to tap on that. And then it says, is this your library card? And we say, yes, it is. Place hold. And tap on where it says place hold. And there you have it.
Awesome.
So
what I'm waiting on that book. What can I do in the meantime if I just want to be reading? Like, I don't have enough books. I'm bored with Hoopla. I'm bored with everything I've got at home. What can I do?
Sure. So let's go back, and we're going to go back all the way using the arrows up in the upper left-hand corner to go back to our top search bar. And actually, if we go to, we can actually do it from here. We want to use the refine results, which is on the right-hand side across from where it says preferences. And we just want to look for something that's available right now. So just like how it was before where we had format, audience, other stuff, one of them that's listed, one option that's listed is availability. And if you tap on that, it's going to give you some different things that you can refine your results by. One of them being, I just want to look at stuff that's actually available right now. So,
yeah, I'm not patient. I need something now.
Okay, so we're gonna see out of all the Magic Treehouse books if there's anything that's available right now by selecting the available now option.
Ooh, dinosaurs. We got books about sea monsters, ghosts. So these are probably more akin to nonfiction, I would guess. Some of them.
Yeah. So the fact trackers
cool.
are fun. They're like the facts that sort of go with some of the stories that you'll read in the Magic Treehouse series. Where if there's one that has like ghosts as part of an adventure, then you'll find out like, oh, maybe I want to know more about ghosts. The fact tracker ones help you back up the fun story that you read in the other book with some actual facts.
Great. So now that we have a book on hold, Miss Lauren, I am impatient. I like to have something to read right now. What can I do if I want something that I can start reading right away?
Sure. So from the home page, if you go all the way back out to the main page, on the sort of upper right-hand side, there's this option for Explore. So we're going to tap on that. And one of the things that it sorts by is what's available right now. So we're going to select what's available, and we're going to go to available books. Now, this is a spotlight, but then there's subsections within that collection.
So there's all kinds of genres that we can look at?
Right. So right now we have most things are listed as juvenile, fiction, literature, fantasy. And then if you see in this description up at the top, if you tap on the and more, it's going to give you even more options that you could look for. Let's say if you wanted to look for something.
I want something funny. Can we find something funny?
Yeah. So what's really nice is one of the top collections within what's available now is humor fiction. So let's tap on that.
Ooh,
and we'll see.
Big Nate.
Yeah. So there's lots of cool stuff that's available right now to borrow that that also happens to be funny. So if you were looking for a funny read or a sci-fi read, you can use those subject areas within the What's Available exploration section to find something really great that you want to read right and that is available right now.
Fantastic.
Okay, so one quick thing. We talked about how to place a hold and we talked about borrowing, but let's find something that we borrowed so you know how to read the book. So let's say we borrowed one of these copies of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. We already tapped on where it says borrow, and the next thing we're going to do is go to our shelf, which is on the lower right-hand side. And then you can see everything that you have checked out on your shelf, just like if it was a bookshelf at home where you put all of your library books. You can see the covers for each one. We only have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone checked out right now. So we're just going to tap on the cover of the book, and it will usually open at the beginning, and you can just swipe through the book itself until you get to the first page, and you can just start reading away.
Great.
So then if you go to back, let's say...
We have 2 weeks in this particular borrow, right? It says due in 14 days. Mm-hmm. What happens if we finish early?
Right, so if you finish Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone early, first of all, congratulations, because it means that you read a pretty long book, and I'm sure it was really fun. But also it's really nice to return it for somebody who might be waiting for it after you to kind of cut down on those long wait times, like what we saw with the Magic Treehouse book. So you just want to tap on where it says Manage Loan, and then you want to tap on where it says Return Early. And then it says, are you sure, and then you just want to tap on where it says Return, exclamation point, as in, yes, I would like to return it. And it will say, yes, you have returned Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And if you go to shelf, you will now see that it listed as a recent return, but you don't currently have anything checked out, which means that you now have all 10 of your borrows that are available to be used. So you can have 10 items out at any given time.
I think that's one of my favorite things about Libby. You actually have the ability to go ahead and place a hold on something and then read other books while you're waiting. And it can be pretty much unlimited. You just can't have more than 10 items out at a time.
That's right. And you can place a bunch of holds too. So you could have 10 items out and then you could have 10 items on hold. So you constantly have something to read or to listen to. So it's pretty nice. And those aren't monthly. It's just at any given time, it's only 10 items. So as you finish books, if you return them, it just means you have more space for new stuff to check out.
Lauren, thank you so much for all your help. We really appreciate you coming to doing another video with us and showing us how to use Libby, how to find books. I think for me, I love using Libby because I can place holds on books and go ahead and just wait for that book and then keep reading all kinds of other books. I just never know what I'm going to find. Really a great resource. Thank you so much. Kids, just remember to make sure that you have your parents' permission before you get signed up. Work with them, and they'll probably end up using Libby as well. Lauren, thank you.
You're welcome.
See you next week.
Bye.